Welcome to this BVTV Spotcast, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is episode 2 in a Control the Narrative trilogy with the author of this book, Lida Citroën. Hello again, Lida.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, it's lovely to keep talking to you. I'm so enthralled with the book. Some books I obviously review and I skim through, but what you've got within your book is a really, really common sense and very much of the moment. Lida, in episode 1, you got us started on thinking about protecting our personal reputation and taking the first steps. But that's no good unless we take action and implement our control of the narrative. So tell us what you think is the best way and the best process to do that, please.
Well, any type of branding starts at the very beginning, right? Whether it's corporate, product, or personal branding. And the beginning in the case of people is your values, right? What do you stand for? What are those non-negotiables of your moral DNA that if those were separated from you, you wouldn't be you? And, oftentimes when we think of our personal values, we think of what our parents taught us, or our spouse, or our television influencers, or our friends, our community, our culture. But when you strip all that away and you say, what does Malcolm believe at the crux and the core of who he is as an individual and a human, that's where your brand can spring from. Because that is the most authentic place that agency sits. And brand comes there. So when you think about, these are the ways I want to be seen. This is the legacy I want to leave. Your values play a part in that. I'll give you an example. When I was doing my own branding in 2008, it really happened when I was becoming an entrepreneur. I was starting my own business. My name was going on the company, and I needed to be really clear about what I stood for. And I looked around my office and I thought about, what my career had been up to that point. But the essence of who I am anchored in 2 words, and it's gratitude and generosity. Now, that doesn't mean that I have of course I have other values that drive how I behave, but I look for opportunities where I can express gratitude and I can share more than is expected. That, combined with how I want to be remembered, is what I use to make every brand decision: who I'm going to connect with online, how I'm going to show up, who I'm going to do media interviews with, what kind of publications I want out there. Every touch point of how I self-market comes through the lens of, is there a way I can express gratitude, and can I share more through generosity, which also happens to be the title of my TED Talk, The Power of Generosity and Gratitude.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, because your trilogy is going to be on one of our 7 channels here at BVTV. But the channel that I've chosen for you to be on is what we call Conscious Compass. And Conscious Compass is our new channel, but it's about my values as well. So it's all about planet, people, profit, and purpose. And hopefully you'll enjoy being on that channel, but everything I'm hearing from you sort of reflects very much the values that we're putting into it there. And I say thank you for that, because that's going to help our channel enormously with your conversation. Thanks, Lida. Now, let me remind our audience of your URL, your website, which is Lida 360, all the W's, Lida, Lida 360 in numbers, Lida360.com. Let me spell that out for listeners again. Obviously, viewers, you can see it on the screen behind me. It's Lida, Lida360.com. And this is the book. It's called Control the Narrative, the Executive's Guide. And it says executive, but I think it's for everybody. The Executive's Guide to Building, Pivoting, and Repairing Your Reputation. And it's published by Kogan Page. I've reviewed it, obviously, but now what I'm doing is I'm actually working my way through it, because there's so much within here, and it's so relevant to what is happening in the world today, where a number of reputations have been tarnished or whatever it may be because people did not know how to respond during the pandemic. And so I think this is a really good manual for you. Rebooting your life. You'll have worked hard to build your authenticity, which can take years. So this is tremendous value. It can be quickly ruined, mind that reputation. Don't let that happen. Follow Lida's advice in her book. Thanks, Lida.
Thank you so much, Malcolm.